All right, it's recording.
Oh my God.
So, welcome to Speaking with Sweendog. I'm your host. We're talking about sports, it's sports with Sweendog. Messed that up, but it's all right. So today we got two guys from a fantasy football league. We got Omar Nasir and Devin
What's up,
Patel.
guys?
What's good?
And we're on a fantasy league, and we're just deciding to talk a little bit fantasy, a little bit of just football in general today.
Just some
So
guys being guys.
I'll just let them introduce themselves real quick and just state your name and what what team you like.
All right, so I'll go first. So my name is Devin Patel, as Colin mentioned. I'm an avid Baltimore sports fan. This includes the Ravens, the Orioles, the Terps. Um, and yeah, I try to support as much as I can. And don't let the fact that I'm wearing a Broncos jersey distract you from the fact that I love the Ravens. And yeah, I'll pass it to the other guy.
Yeah, my name's Omar. I'm a Jets fan. I also like the Yankees. College football, I would have to say Turks as well. And I do watch occasional hockey. I watch Islanders, and that's pretty much it.
All right, and I'm Colin Sweeney, the one and only Rec Legend, and I'm a Florida Gators fan, obviously. Go Gators. Committed there basically. And then if that doesn't go well, then Maryland is the second choice.
Committed.
So I'm kind of a Maryland fan too. And then
Committee got a letter in the mail just saying University of Florida.
Colin, if you get rejected, you need to just cross out the gator on your shirt and write an M.
Oh yeah, I know. I got a letter from him, and it just said "We want you" on it, and it was a picture of me, and it was from Gainesville. So, and then
for the win.
we're talking about so NFL. I am a Washington football team fan. It's pretty interesting. And then baseball, Washington Nationals, 2019 World Series, hell of a ride. But then right now they're terrible. And then hockey, I'm an Arizona Coyotes fan. It's brutal. That's all I gotta say.
Right. Hockey's fun.
Yeah. So we'll start off. So it's a 10-man league. You'll see a lot of the people in the league on this podcast. Yeah. And we can just go over our teams right now, and then we'll say which players are hot and who to pick up and stuff. So my team...
Sounds good.
Yeah, my team, this is a 10-man league. So at quarterback, I have Kyler Murray. At running back, I have James Robinson, Austin Eckler. And then I mainly use Austin Eckler every week, and then I'll rotate out Robinson, Melvin Gordon. I have Cordell Patterson, and then Elijah Mitchell. I'll just rotate them out because, they're all the same level. James Robinson hasn't done great. So, and then my wide receivers are Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill. How I got them, we don't know. And then my tight end is Kyle Pitts. Went to Florida. He will be the greatest tight end of all time.
That's debatable. Over your God and Savior Tim Tebow, I don't think so.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Second Tebow's the better tight end there.
Tebow is the greatest tight end. My bad.
Broncos legend Tim Tebow, I don't think so.
Oh yeah. This year we might be playing for something signed by like Tebow or someone that we all like. Like maybe it's a Trace McSorley autographed jersey. And then my flex, I have Justin Jefferson in there. And then defense, and my kicker is Matt Gay. And my defense, I just pick up whoever's playing the Jets. And then I also have Taylor Heineke as my backup QB.
The GOAT. All right, so that's Colin's team. I, on the other hand, actually missed the draft, and I somewhat got saved by the auto draft gods. So obviously, my team name, got to give a shout out to the best high school ever, Bishop Sycamore. My quarterback situation is kind of weird. It's Joe Burrow and Baker Mayfield, as well as Ryan Tannehill. For my running back situation, it's actually not that bad because I have Najee Harris, Miles Sanders, and well, Christian McCaffrey is out for a couple weeks, but I'm praying he comes back because I need him. Amari Cooper, Deontay Johnson, Jacoby Meyer, Corey Davis, and DK Metcalf. I somehow pulled all of them with my auto draft, and I love them. Mark Andrews, the GOAT, and Tyler Higbee, the second GOAT. Obviously, two great tight ends. My flex is usually Jacoby Myers or Corey Davis, whichever one's playing a weaker team. My defense, I'm actually rotating between the Broncos and Dolphins just because they're pretty good teams. And my kicker is Graham Gano. Yeah. So auto draft saved me so much.
Oh, that was a
year.
great auto draft. He was supposed to finish first at the beginning. He was ranked first. He dropped down a little bit, but then because of the McCaffrey injury, I think that cost him a lot. Yeah. But then I'm number one right now because of some trades.
Some legal stuff happened, that's why.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right. My team looks good on paper, but they don't really perform well. All right.
So basically last year's Browns.
Yeah, practically. So, we got Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. And then we also have Matt Ryan as our QB2. I've never let Matt Ryan play QB1 yet. Then we got Joe Mixon and Aaron Jones, running back 1 and running back 2. They're pretty solid. Aaron Jones obviously had that 40-point game in week 2. Then I have Kareem Hunt as my flex. Receivers, I have A.J. Brown as my starter, but he's obviously injured right now. So I have Hunter Renfrow, Raheem Moore, and Kay Osborne. I don't even know who he is.
There's so many better players.
Dude, he was the best receiver available.
Isn't Van Johnson still available? All right, but this is your team. We'll get into that later.
So my tight end actually got injured. I don't even know who it was. I just saw he was out for the season. Decided to pick up the Bills' Dawson Knox.
That's actually a pretty good pickup.
Yeah, he's doing good. He got 12 points last week, so that's pretty solid. Defense, I have the Bills and the Ravens. The Ravens' defense has not done well for me. I haven't gotten I think my best performance by them was 0 points. So that definitely helps. Kicker, we got Rodrigo Blankenship.
GOAT.
I wanted Young Hoku, but he was drafted. I think the pick before me. So that was like, ooh. And then that's pretty much my team. I'm trying to find some trade partners, but I guess no one wants Raheem Moore and Kay Osborne, so that doesn't help.
So I've been trying to give Omar trades recently, and I mean, some people may say I'm known to lowball in trades.
Some people, as in everyone, Colin.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure everyone will agree.
Yeah, but I'm trying to give him. So he needs a receiver, and Jamar Chase is sitting on my bench with no use, and I need another running back. So I mean, I want Aaron Jones from him, but I don't think he's gonna give Aaron Jones to me.
The thing is, I could give you Jamar Chase for Aaron Jones. I would need something else.
How about James Robinson and Jamar Chase?
No,
I don't know. I can give you Kareem Hunt for that.
No, that's a steal. No,
Aaron Jones is a premium running back.
That's a steal for Colin if you take that trade.
I mean,
James Robinson isn't there at the premium running back level.
That's true. James Robinson, he did do good the past 2 weeks. He got 25 and 20 points.
He did well on Thursday night against the Bengals.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, with the DJ Chark gone for a little bit, James Robinson might be doing pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And so I have James Robinson on I have 3 leagues. I have him on every single team. So my leagues are actually going pretty good. I'm 8-1 out of all my leagues. In the one loss I had 156 points, and the other guy had 165.
Oof.
So was it really much of a loss? Not really.
I don't think you could do anything about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just can't do anything. That's just bad luck.
See, you being undefeated is at the cost of Omar being winless and me being 1-2, with me barely losing because Amari Cooper just barely missed out on his
Let's see.
points.
Week 1, I got killed because of Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones. Week 2, they put up, I think, like 62 points combined. But my opposing team already had like 150 or 160. So there was like no hope there. And then week 3, I don't even know what went wrong in week 3. I threw him on the bench. A.J. Brown got injured. As soon as I put him on, he put up 0.3 points. And just no one really did anything.
All right. Yeah. So aside from my week 1 where I got absolutely demolished, I lost by more than 42 points. Um, week 2 is pretty good. I feel like I played my starters pretty well. I keep benching Deontay Johnson, which I don't understand why I keep doing that. But given how deep my wide receiver corp is, I don't find a need to play him. Yeah, as I said last week, Amari Cooper just barely missed out, but that was partially my fault because I started Deontay Johnson when he was out, and sorry, not DK. Corey Davis actually put a good amount of points on the board, so that was my fault. But it is what it is. We bounce back week 4.
Yeah, and I mean, also, I didn't mention in all 3 of my leagues, I've never scored less than 130 points yet.
I
And
think
they're all, well, 2 of them are 10-man, one's 8. So,
I think in one of my other leagues, it's a 14. I have Brandon Cooks, Lamar Jackson, and those two are just. I mean, Lamar Jackson, he's a really good running back. He gets you those running back 1 numbers every week.
oh, yeah.
And we got Brandon Cooks. I mean, he's just so underrated.
Oh, yeah,
Alright.
he's been
I
Yeah,
scoring
he
a lot of points.
Yeah, I picked him
definitely.
up in 6th round. I think the lowest he's given me was like 15.
I'm surprised nobody is talking about him on like fantasy mocks and everything.
Yeah, no one's even talking about him. I'm pretty sure he leads receivers in. I want to say in yards per catch, but I'm not 100% sure
I
on
think
it.
so. I think so. Yeah.
All right, so it's giving me a warning the call-in's in 10 minutes, but it's whatever.
All right,
I
we
think
gotta
we'll
wrap
be
it up.
done in 10 anyways.
Yeah. All right. So now we've talked about our wins and losses in fantasy. Now let's translate them to our teams. So let's just do some predictions real quick while we're here.
All right. I got the list. So we'll go with probably the best game of this week: Bucks versus Patriots on Sunday night. Tom Brady returns. I don't know. That's probably gonna be a really good matchup there.
What do you say?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with the Patriots on this one. I think Bill Belichick is gonna get the upper hand on Brady. That he probably knows Tom Brady better than anyone else. I think he can adjust his defense to stop him. Only thing I'm concerned about is Mac Jones. He's a rookie quarterback against a really good Bucks defense.
I mean, at one point, a couple 21 years ago, we all were saying the same thing about a certain 6th-round pick.
That's true. The only win Mac Jones has had is against Zach Wilson and the Jets, so that's not saying it much, anyways.
Yeah, that's not much.
But I'm gonna give it to the Patriots this week. I think Bill Belichick knows Tom Brady better than anyone else.
All
What do
right.
you guys think?
So I personally think Tom Brady's gonna get the best of Belichick just because they brought everyone back. And okay, it's Belichick. You'll never count him out until it's all over.
Yeah.
But that defense is crumbling. Well, okay, props to the defensive line. Their middle linebackers and everything are kind of slowing apart. Their running game just got devoured by that loss. The running back was what was the name? I forgot his name. Jacoby Myers is good, but Mac Jones is still developing. Um, and Tom Brady is just Tom Brady, and all his receivers came back. His defensive units got way stronger. So I'm gonna have to give it to the Bucks 31-21.
Yeah, I honestly think it might be a defensive matchup because if you think about it, the Bucks defense is actually pretty good, and the Patriots you could argue it's decent. They got Stephon Gilmore, but the problem is it's who's gonna win, Belichick or Brady. And the problem is Belichick will be able to shut him down because he knows him, like you guys said, better than anyone. But then the thing is, Brady has a lot of weapons to work with. Antonio Brown has been stepping it up lately, surprisingly. And then you also have friggin' Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Like, those are three very good receivers.
All right. Yeah, that's a very fair point.
And Stephon Gilmore can't guard all three of them.
Yeah. And on that note,
I think he's injured as well. He won't even be there.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Well, another point in the not Denver Patriots defense is, well, I hate to say it, but Matthew Judon is balling out for them. He got 3.5 sacks already in just 3 games. That's 3.5 more than he did last year. So
yeah, my prediction though, I'm gonna have to go with the Bucs just because Tom Brady has too many weapons.
That's true. I think it can go any way, but yeah.
All right, so let's move on.
Let's go to some of the games that are easier to predict. Jets versus Titans. Zach Wilson.
Titans.
He's the best right now, so Titans are obviously going to win.
I really want the Titans to lose. And I'm going to say, I'm going to go with the Jets. It's going to be a very low-scoring game.
I think
Corey Davis and
Henry.
Okay, yeah, the Jets' defensive unit is subpar. It's lower than average, but it's happened before.
Yeah, they held Barkley to 1 yard a few years ago. So,
I'm gonna play the underdog. I'm gonna say Jets win by less than a touchdown.
All right.
I mean, I gotta go with the Titans on this. Like the Jets, I know they're gonna win some games, but I don't know if the Titans is the game they're gonna win.
I agree there.
All right.
Packers versus Pittsburgh. Ben Roethlisberger is way too old to lead an offense, so I'm gonna have to go with Packers.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say Packers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Packers too. Pittsburgh, they aren't the same team this year as they were last year. I mean, they were they went 13-0 and lost to Washington. They were very overrated. They weren't as good as people thought they were.
All right, so just so we're managing the game clock, so we don't pull it down.
We're gonna have to go quick here.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Lions versus the Bears. We're gonna have to go with the Lions. Justin Fields way too young.
I agree with that.
Oh yeah, I get Lions.
All right, Washington football team versus Falcons. I'm gonna have to go with the football team.
I'm gonna have to go with this guy, Colin Sweeney. He got
Washington football team. Heineke. If you look at his freaking fantasy football stats, he threw 2 interceptions and still got 20 points against the Bills. That's that's actually pretty good. Like he's putting up decent numbers. I mean, last game it wasn't great, but I feel like that was more of the receiver's fault. And I mean, when Curtis Samuel comes back, he's been throwing some dimes too. He has 2 of the best passes this year.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
We'll go Ravens and Broncos. This is gonna be a good game. I'm gonna have to go with Ravens. Broncos haven't played anyone that tough, so.
El Freaky's gonna pull.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
I'm gonna have to give him. Yeah, all right, my man. El Freaky. I'm gonna give it to Ravens 30-17. That's fair.
Yeah, that's a good score.
As much as I love Von Miller, I'm gonna have to give it to the Ravens.
Another pretty easy game to call: Texans versus Buffalo. Buffalo's
gonna blow them out of the water.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blowout here. Colts versus Dolphins. I'm gonna have to go with the Colts. Dolphins I don't know what's happening with them this year. Tua's out this week as well, so I'm gonna have to give the upper hand to the Colts.
I'm gonna have to give it to Dolphins. Fins up. I believe in Jacoby.
I mean, I'm gonna have to go with the Colts because isn't Carson Wentz is stepping it up, right? Like
he played through his injury, so.
I mean, he's doing better than at least last year, so I'm gonna have to give it to the Colts.
All right, and let's just do one more quick game.
No, we can get it done real quickly. Cardinals versus Rams. Rams are they're the team that's gonna win it all this year.
Yep, Stafford's pretty good.
Yeah, we have 3 minutes left, but just go through them quick.
49ers versus Seahawks. 49ers.
49ers.
I say Seahawks.
Browns versus Vikings. I'm gonna go with the Browns.
I need the Vikings.
I might actually go with the Vikings
because it's an AFC right? You always root against your rivals.
That's true.
Right. Sam Darnold and the Panthers versus Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. I'm gonna have to go with Sam Darnold here.
Dak, my guy. Dak is my guy.
I'm a Washington fan. I gotta go with the Panthers.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right, our last two games: New York Giants versus Saints. The Giants' offense is just a
All
mess.
right.
Saints
On
are.
this, all I gotta do is this.
I'm gonna go with Winston. Like,
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
And
all I
then
have to do.
Chiefs versus Eagles. I think the Chiefs will get out of their little losing streak this week, and they'll definitely beat the Eagles.
you know, I
I'm
might go
honestly,
with the Eagles. I don't know
you,
why. I
you
feel
don't
like they
know.
might win.
Yeah. You don't know how much I want to say Jalen Hurts pulled off the upset. But let's be real, he's not there yet.
Yeah, he's not there yet.
Patrick Mahomes wins by 20. He gains his momentum back.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure. All right, sorry guys if it we had problems with like the stuff. Like the Google Meet was going on too long, so we had to redo it and cut out a part. So that's probably why there's a cut in between once we edit it. So what we're going to talk about now is Taylor Heineke as a quarterback. So do you guys think he will be a good quarterback and can he get the job done?
I'll let you go first, Omar.
All right. So the thing with the Taylor Heineken is he's only played what 5 games, maybe 4 games, right? So you can't really judge. But based off that, I mean, the first career start against Tom Brady in the playoffs. I mean, I don't think that's as good as you want a rookie to perform, especially in the playoffs against the GOAT.
Yeah.
So I think that was a good start. Regular season, week 1, he didn't do too bad. He played decent. Week 2 against the Giants, I thought he played well. He had that one interception, but I mean, yeah, every quarterback can throw an interception. That one, I didn't really see what he was trying to do on that play. I think he just tried making a play. Week 3, um, he played against the Bills, which are a little tougher. I thought he hung in there. Overall, I think he's a good game manager. He can get the job done, but he's nothing special. If you need if you need like 21 points a game, you'll get it with Heineke. I think I think he's maybe like a low. He's like a little above a low end starter right now, but you have to give him some more time, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And you probably need him to get his number 2 receiver Curtis Samuel back too. That doesn't help much.
Didn't he get activated just a few hours ago?
He did just a few hours ago, but he won't play the next week. Next 2 weeks, you can pretty much say. So I mean,
So
I,
it's looking up for Washington. They can only go up from here.
Oh, yeah.
All
Plus,
right,
it's an
so
easy game against Atlanta.
yeah.
if he does bad, then I would have some reason. If he has like a Zach Wilson type of game, I'd be really concerned.
What's
Yeah.
a Zach Wilson type of game?
That's like it's like a 4 picks and 8 pass attempts kind of thing.
All right.
Is that actually how bad he did?
I
Yeah.
think he threw like 3 within like 5, and then he threw one, which there was no one literally there. He just threw it, and there was only Devin McCourty.
Oh,
But
my
I will
God.
say this kid had a little breakdown of the play. There was literally 3 rushers at him, so you can't blame him.
Yeah, he threw for one oh it was against the Patriots. He threw 4 interceptions, no touchdowns, had a 57.6 completion rate, and his passer rating was 37.0. Not good numbers.
Not very good.
He's a rookie, he'll learn.
I think what he was trying to do there, instead of like throwing to his safe targets, he was trying to play like hero ball. He was trying to make himself look good. I mean, it was a sold out MetLife Stadium crowd. You can't really blame him.
Yeah. Well, okay. Taylor Heineke, he's no like Tom Brady, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, not top of the top, but he'll get the job done. As he said, it's a pretty good game manager. I I wouldn't if I were the head coach or owner. Um, I'd trust him, but I definitely bring in some competition. It's very much needed. Um, so like Fitzpatrick, obviously he's gone for a while. But I think they should start looking at younger picks. Obviously, they haven't had a good track record recently with good quarterbacks, but missed out on Dwayne Haskins. But
I thought they
he's,
hit with Alex Smith, but you can't really
that's
do anything
he,
with.
he he had a good couple last seasons, and unless you count out that leg thing. But I think honestly, if I were them, I would look at draft prospects and see if they could draft up potentially, because there's some pretty good draft prospects. Not
I think that what the Redskins could do, they could definitely either pick up some quarterback in free agency.
well, yeah.
Even trade for Jimmy Garoppolo.
The only thing with that is they need to start going younger because a lot of teams need to start going younger rather than going older.
That's true.
And so the problem with Jimmy G is that Jimmy G is kind of old. He's kind of getting, you can kind of see his age just a little bit. Um, like then people in San Francisco are asking for a Trey Lance over Jimmy G, which you get rookie hype. But back to Taylor Heineke, I do trust him. Obviously, he's played pretty well for 5 games, and that's I would want him as a quarterback. I just would heavily suggest bringing in a backup and competition.
Yeah. So okay, take a look at this. I'm gonna bring up the stats. So look at quarterback rating. Josh Allen 95.5, Taylor Heineke 97.7.
Whew.
That I mean, and then if you look at the other Lamar Jackson QB rate, I mean he's a running back, but still his QB rating is an 86. Like
Okay,
look at the
okay, hold on. One factor for that, I'm not trying to throw anyone under the bus, but a factor for that is Hollywood Butterfingers Brown.
that is true. The Ravens need more weapons for Lamar, and I mean that's why he runs so much. I feel like
We got Rashad Bateman and Miles Boykin back. Boykin just can stay on the IR. I don't care. But we got Rashad Bateman back. So
and the thing is, too, Heineke is putting up these numbers without. He has Terry McLaurin as a weapon, but he can't always go to him. Like after Terry McLaurin, he's got really no one good.
I mean, their running back situation is actually not that bad.
I mean, yeah, they can pass to the running backs, but like wide receiver wise, they just.
I really want to see Cam Sims go off, but then he had his own issues, injuries.
Yeah, Sims has been. They had 2 Sims last year. Both of them sucked, but you know, Heineke also. So there are 2 passes I really liked, and I thought they were basically the best catches of like I don't know about pass wise, but they were the best catches of the year so far, in my opinion. So number one, it was the one to Terry McLaurin that was on the sideline. I believe it could have been the first game. It was placed right in between the Chargers cornerback or safety's hands, and it just fell straight into Terry McLaurin on the sideline. He got a foot and an elbow.
Yeah.
That was nice. And then against the Giants, he was driving down the field, I believe, with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and he had a pass that was a perfect dime in the back of the end zone for some guy who it was his first touchdown pass.
That was a really nice pass by Heineke.
Yeah, and it was the guy's first. Well, I said touchdown pass, but it was his first touchdown catch in the NFL. It was a great catch.
Yeah. So overall, yeah, as you were saying before, despite not having played or done a lot of passing yards this year, well, actually, that's pretty good. He's up there. He has a good couple, but obviously he does struggle in crucial areas. Like we need to acknowledge that. And he definitely can learn from that. But otherwise, I trust him as a game manager. Like he's a Teddy Bridgewater, just no mobility type quarterback. Well, okay, he has mobility, but just not as much.
So when I like to look at the stats for Heineke. If you look at completion percentage, it's 69%, but that's better than Brady, Rodgers. Trying to think, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. It's better than all of them. That's crazy. That's his completion percentage.
But can he beat the new boy Zach Wilson?
What Zach Wilson's completion percentage? 55.
It's not. I thought it'd be a lot lower.
Honestly, I mean,
Omar, you muted. It's back. We're going back to 2020 vibes. You're muted. We can't hear you.
Yeah. So I think his completion percentage is less than 40%. He can't get the ball out even.
but yeah, so
What's
like
that?
Heineke's stats wise, like I read out big names that he's beating in completion percentage. And then those like Tom Brady has 3 freaking weapons. Aaron Rodgers has Devontae Adams and a decent Lazard is a pretty good receiver too.
Marquez Valdez Scantling, however you say his name. He's okay. MVS is okay.
He's a decent option.
He'd be a nice wide receiver. Okay, in our current system in Baltimore,
He's a good receiver too on any other team. That's what you can pretty much say.
yeah, but I think we've covered Heineke's ups and downs. So
Oh yeah, so it'll be interesting to watch. Like stats wise, he's done pretty good. And like I've watched every game that he's played in, and I'm not even like his first game, he threw some dime to Sims. It just went straight through his hands, and I was like, this guy for a third string is pretty good.
yeah, in his entire career, he's already thrown for 1,100 plus yards, and that's pretty good.
Oh yeah, like he's not played that many games. I mean, he's putting up good numbers with a team that the offense is not very great.
The Redskins, I think they have a good running back, but the receivers are lacking there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's something you never hear. Terry McLaurin needs help.
Oh yeah, they need another receiver because Terry McLaurin, like if the other team has a good cornerback, he's locked down. You got no one else to pass to.
I mean, you can like hypothetically just put a safety and a corner on him, and you don't really have to worry about much.
Okay, yeah, but then you always have other options. Like you can.
Well, yeah, but no one stepped up on the Redskins.
That's
true. Football teams.
That's true.
Someone needs to step up. Logan Thomas, it could be him. But I think they need another wide receiver because Logan Thomas is tight end. They need another receiver that can run like fast go routes because Heineke can throw the ball deep accurately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the wide receiver corps is how's Adam Humphries doing? I'm not a DC fan, so I wouldn't know.
Humphries, I'll check. I believe he's doing actually decent.
I
think he's just there. He's not doing much. He's just there.
He's a potential step-up candidate for sure. Okay, yeah, and I'm looking at the depth chart right now. Kyle Allen is still there, but let's be honest, he's not going to provide the needed competition for a 28-year-old Taylor Heineke. He needs to perfect his game to get to that next level.
Yeah. So Humphries has 10 receptions, 61 yards. I mean, on the year. So
those aren't bad stats, dude. They get better.
Yeah. Fantasy wise, would I want him in? No.
Yeah. Sweendog, I'm gonna have to go.
All right, so we
all right. Pretty good conversation. We'll be back next week. Actually, I'll let Colin finish. I don't know. I'm taking his job.
Yeah, he's trying to take my show. So yeah, like Devin said, we'll be back next week. Might be them. It might be more people. Different people. It'll just be people from my fantasy football league, most likely. Brandon, maybe I could try and get Taylor Heineke to come on and talk.
Yeah, let's try to get that.
I mean, if I could get that to happen, that would be awesome. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. We'll probably do one once a week. So, I'll see you next time, guys. That was the first Sports with Sweendog.
All right. See ya.
See ya, bro.